The world of DaggerFall. A world of magic. A world of adventure. Huge sprawling cities filled with people, guilds, factions, and quests. Kings, queens, mages and necromancers. A world full of conflict. There are dense forests, graveyards, vast deserts, bandits and thieves, and still to this day is one of the largest maps a video game has ever seen. Dungeons full of goblins, spiders and skeletons looking to end your quest. And that quest is anything you desire it to be. So come with me on this journey, and let's write this story together. I'm the Server Supreme, welcoming you on another adventure. Thank you for joining me today. If you like what you see, hit that like button down below. And if you look forward to another adventure, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for joining. Now let's start our quest. Alright, so we're going to be seeing some improved DaggerFall graphics today. I also have a complete install guide here. You can get from no DaggerFall to a completely remastered version in less than an hour. This mod package will also include improved travel systems, climate systems. There are additional quests and events, including new locations to find, such as shrines and bandit camps. We're also going to have overhauled guilds and factions, and so much more. So as you can see, I'm going to be heading to prison, and after I'm released, I'm going to start with a mod overview and showcase, then head into the install guide. So, thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright guys, fresh out of jail, the first thing I wanted to show you is how I like to keep my dungeons. This is a mixture of darker dungeons, better ambiance, and improved interior lighting. As you notice, things are rather dark. If I shut these torches off, I'm barely able to see. This is my personal torch. Wow, there was even a loot pile here that I didn't even notice. But as you can see, very dark. Turn the torch back off. You can barely make out things in the room. I can still see, but it is going to be extremely important for you to bring torches with you. Again, if you don't like your dungeons this dark, you don't have to, but I feel this kind of brings the original fear factor back to DaggerFall. And I have the base torches set up that they do give out a decent bit of light, but again, you cannot completely rely on these torches. There we go. Sometimes I notice you got to click on these a few times for you to get them to work, but yeah, just to give you guys kind of an idea, here I'll go around here. This is just a little crypt I had found, but I do not have my player torch on right now. That's on, off, doors opening. Yeah, just to give you an idea of what kind of dungeon experience you would be having. I tend to like it. It looks very natural, looks very realistic, and again, keeps that fear factor up where, you know what, you really do not want to forget to bring your torch. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to show you guys. Alright, so we are going to move on to the next mod. I guess I can show off this little Enchanted Compass to the top right. I do know there are some bugs with it. I just have it set up to just have none of the special effects on it. It can get dirty, it can get bloody and stuff like that. But I feel like it is not 100% optimized. It can be buggy at times. So I just keep it at its default or not at a default. I change it so it'll just act as a mini map right now and not so much as an item as it's supposed to be used. It's supposed to be an item that you would repair if it gets broken. The glass can crack depending on taking damage. It can get muddy, but some of those features aren't completely perfected yet. So, but double tapping the left bracket will open up this side menu here for your adjustments. You can change the size of it. You can change the view size of it. When you're in towns and stuff, it'll mark locations such as people, taverns, all kinds of other wonderful stuff. You can even change the colors, like if you want shops to show up a certain color or blacksmiths to show up a certain color. You can do all that. It's definitely a cool feature. I love having a little mini map in the corner. It'll show enemies highlighted on it, so if you're running from skeletons, that'll work too. And if you double tap the right bracket, you will get a large view of the compass, like you pulled it right up. So, very cool mod that is done by I think it's just called the Blessed Enchanted Compass. I forget the exact author's name right now, but everything will be linked down in the description below, just in case you happen to want to install your mods manually. But yeah, here, let me move on to the next mod here. Another mod that I have here is the loot. It's lootable loot containers or something along those lines. But chests and things of that nature. You can click on chests, see if there's any loot inside them. So, you know, you'll get your normal loot piles laying around and stuff like that, but there will be also, oh look, see, this had stuff in it, some gold, twigs, a book, a couple ingredients, although I can't carry anything else. So it's pretty cool, gives you a little more reason to search around, click on some things, maybe find some loot of some kind. Some loot on the floor. But yeah, every once in a while you'll find you know, maybe a useful potion on the shelf, or a new item, or weapon, armor, all kinds of wonderful cool stuff. Another mod I have on here is locked loot containers. This loot container did spawn inside of a chest or a cage, so it does look a little sunken down, but it is quite accessible. So you click on it. The eye will tell you a little bit about the chest itself. Magic resistance. The higher this volume, the more likely any magical assault will be outright ignored. Forms of magical effects includes those with damage health, continuous damage health, and disintegrate. Cannot be touch-based, only projectile-based spells. So we don't know its magic resistance. Alright, that's how hard it is for physical damage. So it's kind of strong, and the lock itself, I guess this too also gives us information on the lock, what material it's made out of, how sturdy the lock is, magic resistance. I'm sure that has something to do with your magical skill level of some kind, but it adds different locks or chests to the game. So I have a decent lock picking skill, so and it opened right up. And I got a skill book, which is also something else I added to the game. There's skill books, so you can find books that you read for an hour and it will increase your skill level. And all kinds of little trinkets. So, pretty cool stuff. And here, in another thing, I happen to come across a Traveling Alchemist, another little quest pack I added. So, where is he? Here's this wonderful guy here. Healer. I'm too far away. You know what they say about potions? Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? The name's Victara Wickford. Want to see what I have in stock? Sure. Free action potion? I don't think so. Invisibility? No thanks. Resist shock? Sure. I got myself a little resist shock potion. Usually they'll offer 3 random different potions, but who knows? It might be exactly what you need. Man, they really have a rat problem here in DaggerFall. Every town I go to here lately is just infiltrated with rats and burning bodies, all kinds of stuff. Man. guys, I'm back here. I'm outside the Essential Chemistry, and I just pretty much robbed this alchemy shop and the other one in this town. Currently in the town, if you want to know where to find two alchemy shops, of Greybath. I believe it said Greybath. So if you need to find some alchemy shops, there's two in Greybath right in DaggerFall. But anyway, I robbed this one and the other one in this town. So I have a cart full of ingredients, and the item in particular I was looking for, which is part of this mod, is a field alchemy kit. So this wonderful item, I actually got two because they have a limited amount of uses. They can break over time. But oops, I'm not trying to transfer it. Take that back, so I'm going to use it. And these are all the ingredients I have. These are all shared with my cart, so I don't have to have all these in my inventory. So I am going to also open up the lovely unofficial Elder Scrolls pages, and Daggerfall has a list of potions. Now, when the first time I tried to mix potions, I didn't realize that Daggerfall, unlike Morrowind, where if you ever played Morrowind, usually you just need two ingredients that have the same properties and you can mix a potion. In Daggerfall, a recipe for a potion requires all of the ingredients. So for example, if you wanted to make a potion of chameleon form, you would need rainwater, nectar, green leaves, yellow flowers, and green berries. Or an alternative, there we go, would be to use red berries as opposed to green berries. I originally was thinking if you mix rainwater and nectar, boom, you got that potion. So I do have a couple recipes here from the paper, but this is actually great. So let's say you have a warrior or someone who is not going to be part of the Mages Guild or the Dark Brotherhood, and you don't really have access to potion making. You can make your own potions on the fly, on the go. You know, you collect some ingredients, you brew a couple healing potions before you go into your next dungeon, and you're good to go. So yeah, that gives you that option here. I also do have the mod Traveling Alchemists. I think I already showed that to you. Which, yeah, you do get the option. You run into an alchemist, a traveling alchemist, and he will offer you 3 random potions. Those are rather expensive, so this gives you the option to, let's say, I mean, I know I'm a thief. I went in there, I stole all these ingredients. You might not be able to do that as a warrior, but you will come across ingredients in your travels, and let's just say, I'm not really sure. I'll just do whatever recipe I have, resist poison. I do have the ingredients for that. So it doesn't cost me anything because I'm making it myself, and I will just boom, mix, and my potion has been mixed. So, which is a great thing to have. And if you're lucky enough to be a thief like this character is, you can gladly help yourself to as many potions or ingredients as you would like from these wonderful alchemy salesmen or chemistry salesmen or whatever you'd like to call them. So very cool mod I've included in here. So if you need to find one, these what are they called? The alchemy kits, the field alchemy kits, can be purchased or stolen from most alchemy salesmen. Sometimes they don't have them. I don't know, since I pretty much cleared out his whole inventory. He don't really have that much to sell. I probably don't even want to talk to him right now. So, but yeah, definitely a cool mod. I would keep this one enabled. And, well, I guess we're just going to be off to our next mod here now, so. Alright guys, we're back here, and I want to show off to you the travel options mod. This allows you to do a simulated fast travel, so as opposed to clicking on an area and you will just load into the new town, you can actually travel the roads and trails of Daggerfall manually, but you can speed up time and things of that nature, and find all kinds of new locations that have been added to the game and different kinds of interactions. So if you are on a horse or even on foot, the default hotkey, actually, to show you the hotkeys, if you open up the map and hit H, it'll give you a help menu. So if you happen to ever forget any of the buttons or anything like that, this will be a quick reference guide, which is really nice that they included that in here. But I'm going to use the F key to follow road or track. That'll also open up this little mini map that you had saw there. So let me get out of here. So, and as you can see, that little red dot is changing direction. So I'm going to point this way. I'm going to hit F, and we are going to follow along the trail here. I do notice that if you use the real grass mod, which I do have in the mod package, you're going to want to turn off the stones because they do happen to create huge lag spikes in the game. So I'm not sure if that's something they're going to fix in the future, but just something to note because you will get huge lag spikes and loading times in between cells. So we hit a junction here and we can decide which way we're going to go. You can do this manually to travel from town to town, or you can actually come in here, excuse me, zoom in, and if we use the middle mouse button, if you have a scroll wheel on your mouse, most mouses do these days. Where are we? We're right here at this junction. So let's say we wanted to head down to Midwick. You can highlight that with the middle mouse button, exit out of the map, and if we hit F, now we will follow the road and eventually we will get to our destination that we marked. We can speed time up here a little bit. Again, there'll be slight little lags in between areas, but it's nothing too bad. Maybe a second or two. And you can see like there, maybe just a tiny little hiccup, but pretty cool mod. Kind of lets you go through and actually see the world of DaggerFall. And this is, like I said, I failed to avoid an encounter. So now, coming into town, I've noticed a lot of these towns have had rat problems lately. The guard is probably going to take care of this, but I'll come in here and I will help. As you notice, little health bars pop up. There you go, Mr. Guard. No problem, Knight. I got your back. DaggerFall is definitely fighting a plague. Get back on our horse at F, and we will continue to follow our little path here, the math. So we're going to want to go out of the southern part of the town. This is south. Hit F, and we will continue to follow the road. Our music change as we go out in the wilderness and nighttime falls upon us. Yeah, pretty cool mod. I like using this. You know, you can speed things up quite quickly if you're going a long distance. I arrived at a junction. Again, we are moving to the south, so we probably want to go this way. At this main town, we're in Chesterwark. More wonderful rats to take care of. I hope I get paid by the king, exterminating their foul vermin. Hopefully do not catch a disease in the process. Bro, you're a guard. I killed 2 of these rats in the time it took you to... Oh my god. What's happening? Where'd you come from? That crap. Burglar. Robbing for me. Iron steel. Maybe I'll take your steel dagger. Long shirt. I don't need it. I got my beautiful dress on. I'm still pretty. Back on our horse, put our weapon away, and we will continue our journey. As you can see here, oops. Oh no, okay, I'm right where I need to be. And this mini map will change and stuff, so you can kind of keep a reference. I know I want to get here. Again, I can continue to speed up time. I think I have it maxed out at 20, so I can't go faster than 20, but you can always change that in the settings on how fast you want it to go. Another junction. If I decide I wanted to go this way, this is actually a dirt trail. In winter time, you really can't see the dirt trails, but any other season, you should be fine. There's a setting that will allow you to see them, but it causes a little bit of clipping and stuff like that. And I don't really care for that too much. All right, so I'm tired from my journey. I go on foot. I go on my inventory. I will take out my camping kit. Set that up, nice little campfire and such. Passed out because I was so tired. We're gonna rest, fully healed. Hopefully, no crazy encounters. I'll check because you never know what might pop up. Someone might try to attack you. A little foggy this morning. We're gonna pack that up. Your camping equipment can break, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep an extra on you. I currently don't, so hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll continue on our quest here. little bit foggy. But yeah, definitely a cool little mod. I like it. Some creepy laughing in the background. Oh, the fearful ascension of Kinnereth in the Daggerfall region. Sundesk, the 8th of Morningstar, in the year 405 of the 3rd era. And let's see what kind of more rats. Alright guys, I came across a Fighters Guild here, so I figured I'd go in here really quick and kind of show it off. I got some more horses outside. We go in here. Alabastar, what's happening? As you notice, there's all kinds of tables and chairs and banners and people. And more wonderful 3D women. This guy working on some stuff. Just run through here really quick. Beds. Definitely looking a little bit better than the original. Got some spears here. But yeah, it just adds a little more flavor, a little more life to the game. So I just wanted to show that off really quickly. We'll go downstairs, a little bit of storage room and stuff. I am not part of the Fighters Guild as of this moment, but maybe sometime in the future with a different character. Alright guys, so coming out of this wonderful little crypt here, I got my horse. I do have faithful 3D animals on, so your horse is going to be modeled in 3D, as well as the cart is looking mighty fabulous as well. Forget the name, I think it's like Realistic Wagon, but the mods that I have on here, now your cart and your horse are considered two separate items. So you can click on your cart, you can access that, you can click on your horse, you will get on your horse with your cart. But the base game, normally if you just hit horse, you'd be running around faster with your cart attached. Not anymore. Now you actually have to have your cart with you. So you could leave your cart at the beginning of town or in a certain location. You can run around, do your trading, or if you feel more comfortable, you click on it with your horse, link it back up, and now you have your cart running along with you. So definitely just an immersion mechanic. It's not necessary. Yeah, it may add a little inconvenience because the base game, again, you could pretty much put your cart in your pocket and just ride around on your horse, but I don't really feel like that's too realistic, and this actually adds an extra little mechanic to the game itself. There are console commands if you happen to misplace your cart or anything like that, that you can bring it right back up. Or same thing with your horse. If for some reason your horse disappears, there is a console command. I believe it's a rescue horse or a rescue wagon, and it will bring your cart and or your horse right back to you if for some reason it seems to disappear while you're halfway across town in some kind of shop. I typically keep it connected anyway. I don't go leaving my cart or lying around anywhere unless I'm doing like a quick hop through like a couple little shops in town. But again, just a nice little mechanic if you want to add some realism to the game. So yeah, we are gonna move on our cart here. I'm gonna get to a road, or actually we'll just open up the travel map and show off the next mod here as well. Nice highly upscaled map thanks to the Dream mod. I do have climates and calories on here as well, so weather will affect you, being too hot will affect you, and a number of other things. You got to make sure you're eating, you have rations with you, or you're going to get hungry. It does have an encumbrance feature where the heavier or the more equipment you have in your inventory, the heavier you get, and if you exceed a certain amount, it will start lowering your stats. I do have that one disabled because I found looting dungeons, especially if you're in the larger dungeons, can be a little bit too tedious. That is on by default in the mod, but again, I clicked that one off because it's just too much. It's to be so slowed down just by carrying loot and then having to go all the way back, it's just too much of an inconvenience for me. But if you want that sense of realism, that's great, keep it on, but for me it's a little bit too much, so that part of the mod I do turn off. Alright guys, I want to go over this hotkey bar that I added here. By default, if you press 0 on your keyboard, you'll open up this nice hotkey menu. If you have spells, your spells will be listed over here, and this is pretty much all items in your inventory that can be added to the hotkey bar. So it's as simple as you push numbers, you can see 1, 2, 3 is highlighted, and for 3, let's just say I wanted this cloak. Click it, boom, hit 0 again, or actually you hit this button down here, sorry, and everything's in your hotkey bar. And you just boom, 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 go right through. 4 is a spell book, I don't have any spells, and you know, drink some potions. So super nice and easy, quick little hotkey key bar, and I love it. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys a complete install process from the base game to DaggerFall Unity to Vortex to installing the mods. I recommend doing it this way so everything matches up to my game. So we're basically going to start with the DaggerFall files. That's what I'm downloading here. And we're going to move on to downloading DaggerFall Unity. I use the x64 because or the 64-bit because I am on a 64-bit system. If you're running 32-bit, go ahead with that. And just a note, this is not a guide for Macintosh or Linux, because things will not work if you are using Macintosh, Mac, Linux, Apple, whatever you want to call it. Alright, downloading Vortex. I do the custom install because I like to be able to put my programs where I want. And then to download any of these files to wherever you keep your downloads, if you want to make a separate folder for it, you guys go right ahead. This is going to be a minute downloading these files. If you want to skip ahead a little bit, you can. Again, I just put all this in here to show you the whole process. I didn't want to cut anything. I really wanted you guys to see from start to finish the entire process, even if it was just downloading and I had to fast forward it. And be aware, I did fast forward these a little bit. I think this is twice as fast as it normally would go. And again, that depends on your internet connection and how quickly you get the files. But again, this should be a pretty streamlined process. Once you get to Vortex, it's going to simplify things a bit because it's going to download all these mods for you and put everything where it needs to be by itself. Just a note, I did spend a lot of time repackaging all these mods for you guys to make it nice and easy, because a lot of them were not packaged correctly and they wouldn't go into the proper folders originally, so. Now I'm going to where I downloaded all these files. We're going to start with the DaggerFall setup, the original game. You're going to want to extract all these files too. I don't like to run the programs out of the zip files. You want to extract them first, even if it's in the same folder. These are most likely going to be deleted later, unless for some reason you want to keep them for backup purposes. Alright, this is going to install DaggerFall. Choose your own directory. I install my games on a different drive. And just a side note, I am installing this on my wife's computer as of right now because she does not have DaggerFall, and now she will. So this was a test to make sure that everything worked the way it was supposed to. As you can see, I did all the unofficial patches and stuff like that. I did not do any language packs. There's a big recommendation not to do the language packs because you could break things in DaggerFall Unity, at least as of right now, until they update the game. Which, as you will see when we get to the Unity part, or if you do go on the Unity site, you will have to scroll down because there is a new beta that they're working on. So a new version of DaggerFall Unity will be out soon. Alright, I'm just getting rid of the setup files because DaggerFall is installed. Again, if you want to keep these, you can. The Unity, DaggerFall Unity, pretty much I place that adjacent to the DaggerFall folder. So I'm going in where DaggerFall is installed. I clicked a little bit too far. But yeah, I'm putting it in the directory above DaggerFall. You don't have to do it this way, but I prefer it like that so everything's in the same area. Let my computer work. It's thinking hard here. We're going to open up Unity. We definitely do want to run it. We're brave. We know what we're doing. Alright, this is going to ask us where the original DaggerFall is installed. So you're going to select wherever you installed it. Mine happens to be on my S drive, Games, Bethesda, DaggerFall, and boom, it highlights it when it thinks you got the right folder. Which makes it nice and easy. Set your resolution and keep it on beautiful. That is for the Dream mod. They recommend that later, so might as well pick it now. So you got DaggerFall on your computer now. You've got DaggerFall Unity. And we're just going to get rid of these install files. And the next thing we're going to install is Vortex, which is your mod manager, which is going to make this install process really easy. Again, choose where you want it. I'm putting everything on the same drive just to keep it nice and simple and clean. We're going to run Vortex because we're going to be using it here now right away. And if you also wanted to, I don't think I show it, but you can get rid of that Vortex installer as well if you don't want to keep it. Alright, now we're getting into the mod collection. So if you just already have Unity and all that stuff and you just want to download the mod collection, this is how you're going to do it. We're just telling Unity to manage DaggerFall, which I just typed DaggerFall in and hit add, and it found the game right away. Here I'm just switching my download location because I don't like anything downloaded on my C drive. So I'm putting it on the same drive as I keep DaggerFall. So everything's going on the same. On my computer, it's the S drive. Might be a different letter for you. If you only have a C drive, then you're going to have to use the C drive. Alright, now we're just going to get into getting this collection installed. So now you're just going to have to go in the link that I provided in the description, and that'll bring you right to my collection. Now this is what's going to install, download and install. I think as of this time it's about almost 80 mods. Might be a little over at this point. When I recorded the video, I think I'm on revision 3, but I think I tweaked it a little bit, and I'm currently at revision 5 right now, so whichever's newest is the one you want to download. Yeah, just pretty much leave that as the default unless you want to have multiple mod installations. Alright, so this is just a fast forward clip of all the mods downloading and everything installing, so if you want to skip forward at this part, by all means go right ahead. There's not a whole lot to see here, but again, I just wanted to keep this all together so you can really see from start to finish. Again, this will just depend on your internet speed. This is sped up quite a bit, so I think originally it took me about 20 minutes, and I think I shortened that down to about a minute or 2, or maybe 3 minutes. So, but yeah, I'll be back as soon as this is done downloading. Alright, the mod package is finished downloading. Now it's going to ask for permission to actually install everything and enable everything, so all your mods are where they need to be. And if you go to the mods tab here, you'll see all the mods, everything should be enabled. You're going to hit deploy, and that's literally what's going to move all the files right into your DaggerFall folder. Alright, so that's all done. Again, you can delete that Vortex installer if you'd like to. Now we're going to open up DaggerFall Unity, and I'm just verifying here really quick that all the mods are there. And everything's there. We still got to do the load order. I'll be doing that in just a moment. Again, luckily, maybe everything will go right in the proper load order. I'm hoping that's the case. If not, again, I'm going to go over my load order specifically, file to file. Alright, and I believe we're going in here now to install the ReShade. Yeah, the Dream ReShade. So, and that's just, it's something required by Dream or suggested, and it helps with all the shading and stuff like that. It makes all the shadows and textures kind of pop a little bit. So, you definitely want to put this on. So, those three have to be selected that I've shown. Make sure you get the legacy shaders at the bottom. Everything here gets selected. Okay. Everything here. Okay. And that's finished. Pretty easy stuff. Alright, we're going to open up DaggerFall, and now you should have ReShade shown when the game opens. Yeah, if you see at the top right, or top left, I'm sorry, you'll have to hit the home key to open this menu. We're going to go in there and switch the hotkey from the home key to the end key. So, and you do that simply by clicking on there and just hitting the end key, and it'll remap that button for you. And this is me going in and selecting the Dream INI, which will be right in your main DaggerFall folder, the streaming assets. Select that, it'll load all the settings in, and you're pretty much done here. You should just be able to hit the end key. I was silly and forgot that I needed to hit the end key to close this window, but I figured it out. Now we're going to go into game settings. Again, there's also a list of this on the actual Dream mod page, but these are all the settings that I use. So again, pause the video if you need to. These are a lot of extra features. I kind of keep everything to the vanilla DaggerFall settings. Alright, just a quick note as well. Under the Dream page, if you go to Nexus Mods, if you want to reference, this would be the place to get it. But we're going to scroll down. We're going to go to Recommended INI Settings. You might have to unhide hidden files to find the app data folder, but typically it is C, users, your username, which mine I have it under Mike, app data, local low, DaggerFall Workshop, and DaggerFall Unity. That will bring you to this folder here, and you're going to open up your settings INI. So we'll pull this over here, and a couple things they want you to change. Now I know this looks like a lot of information. The quickest way to find stuff is, where is it? I know there's a hotkey, Control F, or you can hit Edit and hit Find. And then what we can do is over here it says exterior shadow distance, so we can type in EXT, find exterior light shadows, nope, exterior shadow distance. You change that to 150. As you can see, I already have mine at 150. Next one, mobile and PC shadows, same thing. Go in here, MOBI. Find next. Oop, did I spell it wrong? MOBI, no. So go up then. Find next. Mobile and PC shadows. Yes, true. So that'll be false. Change that to true, or if it's already true, leave it the same way. Next one, general billboard shadows. Really easy stuff. You might open it at first and think, whoa, what is this? But it's really easy. If it can't find it, try down. Boom, general billboard shadows, true. Everything should be pretty close by, but this will make it easy. So we change this one to true. And then nature billboard shadows, which is actually the one right underneath it. But again, you can always type NAT for nature. Find next. Nope, go back up. Nature billboard shadows, change that to true. Mine's already set to true. Boom. Terrain height map pixel error 1. Again, TER in the find window for terrain. Find next. Not that one. Not that one. Let's try down. And just keep going through until you find the one you're looking for. This one's a little bit further down, I'm guessing. Looking for terrain height map. Terrain distance. Ah, there we go. Terrain height map pixel error, and we will change that to 1. That is all you got to change here. Once you do that, file, save. We'll close that out. If you have a Nvidia graphics card, you can go into the control panel and change these settings. You don't really have to. I've ran for a really long time without using these settings, but if you do have a Nvidia card, you can come here, hit the control panel. This will open this window up. You'll go to, it's under Manage 3D Settings, Program Settings. If you do not have DaggerFall in this list here, you just go to Add, and then you go to your directory that has the DaggerFall file. So it might not be here. Browse. For me, I have it here under my, I believe it was my U drive. And yeah, DaggerFall Unity XE, and you just hit Open, and that will add that in there. Force Antropy 16x, that's this one. I changed it to X16. Low latency mode, he just says that's his preference. I turned it on to try it out, but again, this is actually optional because I know if you have an AMD card, it should be fine. And again, I typically haven't run with these settings, but for the purposes of this video and the fact that he recommends it, I'm showing you how to do it here. Again, you could always switch these settings back for whatever reason if you don't like it. Texture filtering, where is that? That's going to be this one. Texture filtering quality, high quality. Texture filtering negative LOD bias, clamp. Texture filter, let's see, trilinear optimization, right here, off. And low latency mode on, which is the one I said it's his preference, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And then I'm sure the button will come up to hit apply, which you can do, and then you can close that out. And again, just a quick few other settings. Again, if you have any questions or if you're stuck on anything, you could always pull this up. This window will be linked in the description below too. So if you want like an easy reference guide, so you don't have to keep clicking back on my video, you can always come in here. And again, there's just some in-game advanced settings, and I'm pretty sure I showed you all this earlier in the video. If I missed anything, please let me know. But yeah. That's it, and you guys should be pretty much good to go. You just got to get through the load order, and you'll be playing DaggerFall, and things are going to be great. Alright guys, I'm back here. I just wanted to go through my load order really quick. Going from the top down, this seems to work pretty well. I haven't had any conflicts so far, so this should be good. At the top I got basic roads, we got the convenient clock at number 1, convenient quest log, roleplay realism, travel options, birds and Daggerfall, roleplay realism items, climates and calories, Daggerfall music from PO8, which is pieces of 8-bit, which I prefer over the Dream music, but you can use either one. If you want to use the Dream, disable this one and turn on the Dream one, and vice versa. I got the distant terrain, Daggerfall enemy expansion, actions, that's the actions framework, got aquatic sprites, basic magic regen, continue on, arena style flavor text, better ambiance, hand-painted models, the main, the blessed magic compass, dungeon loot, dynamic skies. I've got bad luck Burts after this. I am not using bad luck Burts. Improved interior lighting. Then I've got Cardamanos HD clouds. That's the one I am using in this video. faithful 3D animals, hand-painted models, the treasure piles. Then we have faithful 3D people. Just a side note on this one, if you plan on joining a coven of any kind, this kind of messes that up a little bit. So if you plan on joining a coven, you can just disable that. It is also unfinished, so you may want to have it disabled, but it shouldn't conflict with anything, and you can safely turn it on and off as you please. So yeah, if you want to join a coven, disable it, do what you got to do, and then you can enable it, and it shouldn't cause any problems. This is the unofficial block, and I forget the map blocks add-on. Then the unofficial block location and model fix. Both of these. Finding my religion after that. Fixed desert architecture. Hand-painted models buildings. This has to be disabled for Dream, so just so you know that. Fixed dungeon exteriors. Harvestable crops. The HUD torch indicator. DaggerFall enemy expansion. The Dream mod. Lively cities. Location loader. Field alchemical kit. Power struggle. Taverns redone. Start saver. NPC health indicators. Loading screen. Vibrant wind. Quest offer locations. World of Daggerfall. Rest warning if unwell. Realistic wagon. Lousy lichens. Sneak and crouch combined. Then we have the uncanny user interface, uncanny UI. Viewable skill progress. Skill books. Locked loot containers. World tooltips. Temples cure poison. Training service overhaul. Usable starting equipment. Vampiric options. Wilderness overhaul. Daggerfall expanded textures. The Daggerfall expanded textures Dream Edition. Detailed city walls. Soldier's luxury. Guild renovation project. I got the hotkey heads up display, hotkey HUD. Then I've got all the Dream, so Dream Commoners, Dream Cinematics, Dream Handheld, Dream Paper Doll, Dream Heads Up Display and Menu, Dream Mobs, Dream Music. I do have that disabled for that other music one. Dream NPCs, Dream Portraits, Dream Sound, Dream Sprites, Dream Textures. Then we have the Real Grass, the Climates Travel Map, Low Poly Trees, Nines Cathy, Tan Striped. Again, these are only used, these 9 Cathy. They don't really fit with Dream, but it will make your Khajiits, your paper doll, look like a Khajiit. And these do not have nudity in them too. So if you need a Khajiit that's female and not nude, you can use any of these. Whichever one you pick, keep enabled. Whichever one you don't want, keep disabled. I happen to use it, even though it kind of doesn't fit the Dream setting. I tend to do videos, and I don't want to have to worry about showing anything I'm not supposed to on YouTube, so I do use these. But again, gray spotted, tan striped, or an Oblivion style, whatever you want, enable. If you don't want these at all, disable them, but they do have to be above Dream, otherwise Dream will override them. And then finally, we have the Dream transparent windows and darker dungeons. So that is the order of the mod list here, and I will do little on the download page for the collection. This will have pictures of it. So you can always use that as a reference if you don't want to do it through the video. Then I will get into just the settings, I guess. So, and I will also screenshot the settings. So if you want to pull it up in a separate window on the Nexus, you have an easy reference. So basic roads, pretty sure this has a Dream preset. Yes, it does. You just click it, hit load. That'll do that. Convenient clock. This also had a Dream preset, but I tweaked it a little bit. I have it set to time, weekday, day, text. So you could always come in here, click Dream 2022, hit load, and then come back in here and tweak it as you see fit. I think I made mine a little bit bigger. It's at 0.06. And the height modifier, I'm pretty sure I left the same, but that's at 1.0. Colors I did not mess with, and I'm pretty sure I didn't touch any of these. All I really did was increase the size and switch it to time, weekday, and day text. Convenient quest log doesn't have any settings. Roleplay and realism, I'll jump in here. This actually has a Dream 2022 preset. You just click that, load it up. Everything should be good. hit save. Travel options, settings. I'm pretty sure this has a preset as well. This does have presets, but I don't use the presets. I'm pretty sure I didn't really change much. I will leave this page up. I think I allowed the real grass, so it didn't have to constantly load in the real grass every time I stopped traveling. So that actually, depending on your system, mine, I feel like it runs better with the grass on, and then that too, when you're traveling, the grass is there and it doesn't disappear every time. And I also allow the weather, so if it's raining, you can see that. I do not allow the annoying sounds. I haven't tried that, but that doesn't sound like fun to have on. And then I think I have an acceleration limit. I think I turned that down to 40. I feel like if you go too fast, it might cause some issues, but you guys can do that at your own risk or however you feel. I'm pretty sure I haven't changed any of these, but I will leave this up just in case. Oh, I did change the screen position of that little map that comes up when you are following roads. So originally it's like in the top right corner. I moved it here, so it's kind of in the left-hand side. So the X position is 75, Y position is at 40, and I'm pretty sure I didn't change anything else. But again, if none of this matches your game, then go right ahead and change it. Birds in Daggerfall. I'm pretty sure this has a dream preset. You just click that, load it in, you're done. Roleplay realism. Let's see, does this have? It does have a dream preset. You just load that in. It'll take these off, and you should be good to go. Climates and calories. No settings here. Music, no settings. Distant terrain. I'm pretty sure this has a dream preset. Boom, and you just load that in, and you're good to go. It'll just click these ones off. Daggerfall enemy expansion, no settings. Actions, no settings, no settings. Basic magic or regen. There are some settings. I don't think I messed with this at all, but I will leave this up, and you can kind of just see if there's any differences in your game, but I don't think that there are. Flavor text, and go settings. I'm pretty sure I didn't mess with any of this. Is this? Nope, no preset here, so I pretty much left this default. Better ambiance. I do think I changed some things here, maybe. I think the dream preset, yeah, the dream preset is a little bit different. So let me not change that yet. So I do believe they have the enable fog ambient effect off. I do like my dungeons on the darker side, so I'm pretty sure I turned the dungeon darkness down to 0.2. I enabled that ambient effect, and I don't think I changed anything else other than that. But that will give you those darker dungeons that I have. This is left on. We want better rain and snow. So I'm pretty sure the only thing that has changed here is clicking this box and dungeon darkness. So again, load the preset, and then I would just go in and tweak that. Right here, I'll actually load it for you. Yeah, see, it does. So I enable this, I bring that down to 0.2, and everything else should be the same. All right, continuing on. Hand-painted models, no settings. The magic compass. I came in here. You shouldn't have to force the compass generation, but I did turn off the damage effect, the mud effect, the dirt effect, the dust effect, and the magic tear effect. So there'll still be water droplets on it when it rains, and when it's cold, it'll still frost over. But there's some issues right now with the cleaning it. From what it says, when it rains, it'll clean it, but I don't want to have to wait till rain for my compass to get clean. So again, I turned those off. I turned off the damage because there seems to be a bug when you try to repair the compass. It just doesn't work. So as of right now, this is how I have it set. There are no other presets. You can come over here. Again, I don't have to change these because of the fact that I'm not really using any of the dirt or the dust or anything like that. So again, I'm just leaving this up here for a second for reference. Come back here, but again, I'm pretty sure I only change these. It says uses traditional break me event, uses default lighting. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have that off all the time. So yeah, again, I do like this mod. Still has a couple bugs, so I just turn off some of those extra immersion features, but I do like having that compass. Dungeon loot, no settings. Dynamic skies. I'm pretty sure this is a no dream preset. And I don't think I changed anything in here, but again, I will leave this up. And again, I will try to screenshot all of this stuff and leave pictures. So if you don't want to have to find the place in the video, you can always go on the Nexus and take a peek at the screenshots there, and that'll be there. Improved interior lighting. I'm pretty sure there are changes. I loaded the Dream preset. He changed, or whoever did the Dream changed the player torch color a little bit lighter. I set it back to basically the fireplace light. Again, or if you want to, here, I'll load it back in, or here, I'll reset them to their default values. And let's see, what is this? FF9329. I'm pretty sure that's what I had before. F9329. Yeah, so it was the same as the fireplace color light. So let's see, load that in. And Dungeon Lights intensity. Here, let me see what he has here. Dream load. Yeah, he has his really low. I want to say I had mine up to 6. I guess just roll back a little bit into the video to see. I can always check later on too. And then I set that back to the fireplace light, which is 9329 with the Fs. 329 FF. Okay, so yeah, I kind of like that orange torch. The one he had was a little bit too bright for my taste. Other than that, I don't think I changed anything else. Again, just scroll back and make sure I had that right. I'm pretty sure I left it at 0.6. So I will actually save that as that one. All right. So save. Again, dynamic skies, no changes here. The animals, no changes, no changes. Again, the 3D people, if you want that on, turn it on. Again, I've talked to the creator of this mod. Hopefully they're still, I mean, they said they were still working on it. So I would love to see this finished where all the NPCs are modeled in 3D. I think that would be a fantastic improvement. I do like having it on. I do know that there are some characters that aren't modeled in 3D, so that's preference. Again, maybe it might be best to leave this one off until it's finished. I do like having it on, though. Be aware, though, there is some nudity in this mod, too, so just be aware of that. So, and it's just, I mean, the original Daggerfall had nudity, too, so it's just taking those models and making them 3D. So maybe go on there, check it out. If you like it, keep it on. If you don't, or you want to join a witch coven, turn it off. I'll leave it off for now. These don't have any settings here, or well, it does, but I don't really mess with these settings. So finding my religion, no settings. Desert architecture, no settings. Dungeon exterior, crops. This has settings, but again, I don't mess with it. Maybe if you want to, you can turn off the needs reputation, and then you can always you can take the crops no matter when you want to. You don't have to be like a positive reputation to take crops. Maybe I'll leave it like that. But again, maybe for immersion, you know, if you need to be friendly for you to allow them to take their vegetables, maybe you want to leave that on. The torch indicator, I don't think I changed anything here. Maybe the offset a little bit. There is no preset here. I will leave this up for a second just to see if there's anything that doesn't match on your game, but I'm pretty sure I didn't change too much. Maybe the offset I changed a little bit. But yeah. All right, the enemy expansion, no changes in cities, no changes in location loader. Same thing with the Alchemical Kit. Power struggle, taverns, start saver, NPC health indicators. I think I did change this. I changed it to just hit points. You can change it around. You could have no text. I'm assuming that would just be a red bar. You can do a percentage. You can do hit points / total hit points. I just do hit points. You can change your colors if you want to. You can do blue, red, whatever you like. I just left it at the default. And then you can also set how far away how far away to see that. And then this one only shows if the NPC has taken damage. You might want to actually click this one on if you don't want to constantly see NPC's health bars when you don't want to. So that one actually you might want to click on. I might have boo-booed and had that off. Loading screen. This has a Dream preset. Just come in here, Dream 2022, load it up. You can customize it a little bit. They have other ones. I haven't really messed with them, but if you want more of an Oblivion style or whatever, I'm pretty sure you could just click that and it'll switch over. but I basically leave everything else the same. Vibrant Wind, I don't really mess with this. It has a dream preset, so I just load that one in and call it a day. Quest offer locations, again, I haven't messed with this. You can set prefer nearby quests, so that it'll always give you nearby quests, but I don't like to mess with that. I'd rather it just give me the quest as it was intended. Well, World of Daggerfall, mouth's getting dry. No setting changes, rest warning, no changes. The Wagon, no changes. Lichens, lousy lichens, no changes. Sneak and crouch combined, no changes. Uncanny UI, I don't think I have any changes, but yeah, there's no dream preset here. So if you want to just check this out, see if anything's different in yours, but I'm pretty sure I haven't changed anything. All right, skill progress or viewable skill progress. I don't think I've changed any of this, and there are no changes here. It's mostly colors and governing attributes. You might want to look at some of these. If governing attribute text should be displayed, default equals false. So yeah, again, I left this pretty much on its defaults. If you want to look through, go ahead, but I don't mess with that. Skill books. Reading prompt. When using a book, do you wish a yes or no question pop off? Yeah, I leave that on just in case, because sometimes you don't know if it's a skill book or not. And, you know, God forbid you're sick and you waste an hour and die, you wouldn't be very happy. So I like having the warnings on. The locked loot containers. I'm pretty sure I just switched this to 3D high poly to match the theme. If you're manually doing this, maybe you want a 2D sprite if you're on more of a retro build, but I use the high poly. Then what is this? Collision toggle. Yeah, so this is so you can walk into the chest, and if it has shadows, so I leave that be. World tooltips. Don't change anything there. Temples cure poison, no settings. Training services overhaul. I don't believe I changed anything, and there's no preset here. Usable starting equipment. That's pretty basic. You get items that you can use when you start. Vampiric options. I don't think I have any settings here. You got recommended settings. I don't think I changed that or loaded that. Maybe I might have changed so the portrait only swaps during Bloodlust. That might not be compatible with Dream, the actual faces, but I haven't quite tested that yet. So during Bloodlust, you might have a different face on there, but I will check that out and see, or if anyone knows, let me know. I did like the features of this mod, but I haven't tested this mod fully yet. So Wilderness Overhaul, or at least I didn't test that one with Dream yet, but it should be fine. Wilderness Overhaul, I don't think there's any settings here. No, pretty much default settings. If you want to take a peek, I think I turned on fireflies and shooting stars. Other than that, everything else should be the same. Daggerfall expanded textures, no settings, no settings, no settings in walls, no settings, no settings, a hotkey HUD. I have the full visibility on, so you always see the bar. The default is it will only show the equipped item, so you might like to put it to full. And if you do none, you won't see any hotbar at all. So I like seeing the full hotbar. And then also, yeah, I guess if you want to set a different key, I hit 0 on my keyboard and it pulls up the assign screen. If you do override menus, it'll switch to you open your inventory and then you would select an item and hit the number you want it on. But I don't use that because I like the basic way it works. Dream doesn't really have any settings. These are just all pretty much have default settings. Again, I have music off because I prefer the other music. Look at that, guys. We're almost at the end here. Real grass. I think I went into that in the video. You can load the Dream settings. Boom. And then choose whatever style you like. I think his style is pretty good. If you want the full or the classic, do whatever you want to do. But I just use the Dream settings pretty much. Climate's travel map. No settings. Same thing with the trees. These are just all image based, so no settings, no set. Oh, this does have settings, and darker dungeons will be the last one. I haven't messed with any of these. It doesn't have a Dream preset, so I have not messed with it. And then last but not least, darker dungeons. I'm pretty sure this is on, and then same thing here. There's no other options here, so I think we are good. And those are all these settings. So pretty much this is load order and settings. This should be the only part of the video or only part of the tutorial that requires any actual work. Everything else should be pretty much automated for you. So once you've gone through and do that, save and close, you can hit play and you should be ready to go for the most part. Everything else has been covered in the installation part of the video, as far as ReShade and any INI settings you might have to change that are also, those are pretty much just the settings recommended from Dream. So if you want a visual tutorial or like a written one, you can just check out the Dream page on the Nexus, and he runs through all that through the description. So then you're basically ready to go. You can start your new game. I would recommend starting a new game with all the quest packs and stuff that are installed. That way you don't have to manually start these quests. But if you do want to load a game that you already have, you would have to go and manually start all these quest systems for the Alchemists and things of that nature. So the best way to go, start new game. Other than that, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was whatchamacallit. Oh, okay, I turned off Faithful 3D People. No errors are going to occur, though. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was really helpful and basically made it the easiest way you've ever modded a game. If anything doesn't work, please let me know. Let me turn down the music here for a second. Turn up the rain, that's fine. But if anything doesn't work, you have any problems, have any questions, please comment down below. Let me know. You know, again, I hope this was really helpful. I appreciate you guys. If you want a different mod package that doesn't use Dream, that has more of a retro feel, I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. And I'm always open to suggestions, comments, criticisms, anything. But thank you for watching. Again, come see me in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and y'all have a fantastic day and enjoy your new world of DaggerFall.